Hello, and welcome back to Sharing a Chapter a Day. This is Dara, me, and today I will be reading Chapter 6 of Engagement in Peril by Dara, Odoe. Chapter 6 is titled Molested by Our Captors. The suffering of victims there in the camps were endless, and with the sinful acts of cruel men usually unveiled themselves to these rainy nights. Soldiers of all rank and sizes would come out of the woodwork to have their ways with women and children in the refugee camps. During the nights, especially the rainy nights, everyone stayed quietly indoor, praying and hoping not to be hassled or harassed by the very people that were supposed to be watching over them. Supposedly, these were our protectors, and yet they were the very devils that demeaned, tore, and raped our lost, fragile souls then. Splat, splat, splat. Thumping sound echoed throughout our ears. We would hear the soldier heavy boots stomping against the ground and falling rainwater, like roaring thunder upon the treacherous bleak sky. Because on those rainy nights, these mischievous villains would go and harass people of their belonging, and took advantage of their daughters and sons, no matter how old they were. Our captor took advantage of little girls and daughters, boys and sons, and even women and wives, beating, bruising, sexually assaulting, ravaging, and raping them. No one could escape their monstrous sexual urges and their dominance. They took what they wanted, and that was just the way it was there in these refugee encampments. They would assault and smack around parents and siblings if they were to intervene or refuse them. These ruthless soldiers would rip the clothes off these young, delicate, adolescent girls and boys, exposing their immature body, terrifying and shaming their family, and destroying whatever innocence they had. There weren't anyone around to prevent these things from happening. There were no policing. There were no protector. There was no superhero. No one was around to prevent these heinous crimes from happening. We had no saviors then. No amnesty from our horrors. You would be in for various brutal tortures and molestations if you would have to have a pretty face or a nice body. So it was to your advantage then, and your self-security, not to be attractive during that time in these camps. In fear for her children, our mother would have us pray to our ancestor and to the many gods we worship, and hide us under the bamboo rack where rainwater usually risen knee-high. We would lay quietly, half our body covered in rainwater and mush. Luckily, the uniformed bastards never came once in our bamboo hut to harass or hurt us during those sinister rainy nights. We were one of the few children who escaped the horrific pain of being raped and tortured from those sickly bastards, whose primary duties were to watch over us, not to molest and maim us. But then again, it's one of those human urges that we all possess. It's no excuse, but those bastards took advantage of the situation, and they knew they could get away with it. Who were we going to run to tell of what had happened to us? There were no police, there were no court, there were no jury, there were no judges. There were just refugees, prisoners, and the soldiers with guns. There was no one there to be or take up the position of and ask our Savior. And hell no, Jesus wasn't there. None of us knew about Jesus then. Very few of us knew about other religion besides Buddhists, let alone about the outside world. So we only prayed to the gods and deities that we knew and grew up with then. It was here that many innocence was stolen and taken away by these horrendous soldiers. Thank you for listening. This is the end of chapter 6. Be on the lookout for chapter 7, titled Treatment and Illnesses. Until next time, this is Do, Ra, Mi, and I'll see you later. Thank you.